Hello and welcome back to Crew 42's coverage of the Greater Peoria Open presented by Innova, also powered by Power Grip and Double Eagle Disc Golf. We are here at Sunset Hills for our round 2 coverage for MPO Lead Card. My name is Zachary O'Haron on the commentator's mic along with Debo. How you doing?
Good, Zach. Thanks for having me. Excited to watch some disc golf today and see what everyone can do.
Yeah, we have a tight race here after one round. Fredy with a one-stroke lead. You and Fredy, the only repeats on the card. We have Collin Thompson and Izak McDonald joining us. Izak being 2 strokes back to Fredy. You and Collin tied at 3 over. Sunset Hills should be a race of birdies here, starting off with hole 1, 636 par 4. What's the game plan here?
You pretty much just want to throw a driver as far as you can. You want to make sure you land kind of far right because there is OB on the left and a lot of discs like to skip over there to the left. So you kind of have to play it smart.
Tricky part here is the green, correct? Is pretty slanted. How dangerous is it on the approach?
Very slanted, and you have to play it just right or your disc will roll pretty far.
All right, we're going to take a look at our lead card here. I imagine plays as one of the easier holes on the day. Taking a look at the stats, I am incorrect. Plays as on a slightly harder side.
Well, that's shocking. Maybe it's just the green and it's the first hole of the day.
Fredy off the tee first. Put a good move on it. Skipping.
That's what you don't want.
Yeah, skipping off the sidewalk. That's going to give you an extra pop there, and that trickled into the OB left you mentioned.
Yeah, it comes up quick.
You are second on the tee pad here, giving a good pull here. What are you throwing there?
That's one of Gannon Burr's new cloud breakers that he gave me at Ledgestone a couple weeks ago.
Very cool. Out and safe in the fairway. Up next, we got Collin Thompson, new to the card for this round. First time on our channel.
Yeah, Collin's a good buddy of mine. He definitely's got some game, and his forehand is incredible.
Gets a skip over the sidewalk. Isn't going to be a problem, though. He is in bounds. Last, we have Izak McDonald here. How well do you know Izak, or is he new for you?
Nope, Izak's also one of my good buddies. I've known him for the past 6 or 7 years, and he is a shredder.
Put a good move on this one. Leaves it out wide right. Really, there's no danger over there. It just makes it harder to see the basket, so have a blind approach from this angle.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult upshot from here.
Trickling in. Stop short on the hill. Looks like you'll have a 30-footer circle's edge putt from there.
Going with that trusty double hawk again. Nice and grippy, so it shouldn't go too far.
It did you really nice in round 1. I imagine you're going to go back to that quite a bit for your approaches today. Looks like Collin.
Yeah, that was a good sit right there. That could have flipped up and rolled real easily.
Yep, could have found an edge, but stays right next to that tree. Fredy from the OB is going to come up short here. He's going to have a long putt for his par.
Yeah, and this is a death putt to start your day.
No problem for Fredy.
This putter's so smooth.
Izak now from just a little bit closer is going to be just a touch wide right, but didn't go too far. Got a birdie from you there.
Yep, that's a good way to start the day.
And just like
snuck it in over the cage.
Yeah, I was going to say, and just like that, we have a 3-way tie for first.
We sure do.
What
is gonna be a battle.
Yeah, what's an expected great round out here? What was your game plan coming into today?
Anywhere from 8 down to 11 down would be really good.
Okay. Gives you some context of Missy Gannon's 9 down she shot at Ledgestone this year in round 1.
Yeah, that's very good.
Taking a look at hole 2 now, 313 feet. I would anticipate as one of the easier holes on the course for this field. The drone's taking the right side gap for the righty hyzer. Do you see any validity in that left side gap, or do you think the right gap is the way to go?
The right gap's the way to go, but there's forehand-friendly people out there that will probably take that forehand.
I think the only thing you really got to make sure is commit to it, how wide you take it, because if you go too inside, you might get a skip towards the OB sidewalk left. And you don't have a problem with that. You've got yourself well inside circle.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot. See, even Collin's going backhand, and he's a very forehand player.
Leaves this one out nice and wide. Similar angle to you. Little skip. And you guys are going to be in a pretty similar distance.
Oh, yeah. Fredy throwing another cool dyed disc right there.
Fredy going a little higher than you guys. How do you feel about going a little higher instead of kind of the lower line you two take?
It just depends. Higher brings in those branches towards the basket. But you can see the wind's kind of lifting them up and dropping them. It's doing a couple weird things out there.
Izak nearly finding that OB sidewalk on the edge I mentioned earlier, but is going to come up short. How far is this putt, you think?
Probably like 35, 37 maybe. Close to 40. It's definitely a tester because there's a little hill behind that as well.
Collin now for back-to-back birdies. Gets the nice catch there.
Yes, sir.
2 for 2. That's the start you want. I feel like for the MPO field, you really do want to get holes 1 and 2. They're both very gettable. Hole 1 not being a super long par 4, pretty open. Really only the OB left to speak of. And then hole 2 is just kind of a stock hyzer for you guys.
Yeah, I agree with that.
3 birdies and 1 par. It's actually going to play better than the average on this hole, whereas it had a 2.8 average for this event. And we're going to be moving on in just a second into hole 3, which is really the first dangerous or most difficult birdie to get so far. What's tricky about this hole?
Man, it's just the bunkers are so close to the basket. There's trees everywhere. It's a weird line to get even close. It's very tricky. It's a hard par 3.
OB sidewalk on the right side as well, so the righty hyzer has that in danger. And those sand bunkers plays as hazard, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're very close to the basket.
Yeah, within 5 feet, I would say, on that back side, and probably within 7 feet on the front side. If you get right up to that front edge of the one in front of it, you might be at the edge of circle, but it's a pretty far putt still, and in this wind, anything can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to lay up, and it came up a little short. I think it hit one of those last branches. This is a good line, too. I see a lot of people do the forehand that Collin's going to.
Gets a nice skip, needs to stop, and it does just in front of that sand bunker. Really good position for a long birdie look if you're not trying to park the basket.
See, Freddie's got the height right here. This looks amazing.
Oh, and
wow.
Great sit there. It is amazing. He's inside 15 feet. Not many people are going to get that kind of break on the ground interaction there.
Yeah, you don't see that happen too much.
Izak clipping some trees. It needs to stop short and does. That's a fortunate break there for Izak.
Yeah, that little tree branch definitely helped him.
Oh, run from you there?
No, I was actually trying to lay it up, and the wind kind of just kept it up and just kept going.
Just pushed it a little farther into the hazard you go. Looks like Izak didn't want anything to do with that putt either. Lays it up under the basket as well. Very nice.
That's a great birdie.
3 for 3. Collin is on the pace you want to be on here. That's a bonus birdie for this course, in my opinion. Hole 3.
Yeah, he had some pretty hard headwind too in that putt.
That's true. A little elevated, was able to get it. Fredy matched him with his birdie as well. You had to tap in the unfortunate bogey. And Izak with his par. 3 pars here. He's going to need to put this in birdie drive soon here. Hole 4 is a great chance to do that. 345 feet, but it plays a little shorter. Tell us about this hole.
Yeah, pretty much only one thing you can do is a hyzer, low or high. You can go putter, mid-range, fairway, whatever you're comfortable with.
Now, there's a sand bunker and a green on this hole. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sand bunker is hazard, green is OB.
Yes, sir. And there's water short. Yeah, it can be pretty tricky if it gets windy.
Does the green really ever come into play a whole lot?
No, not really. I mean, if it's 20, 30 mile per hour winds, it definitely could.
Yeah, I feel
Wow.
Great break from Collin there, even though it rolled away a little bit. I think that was going to sail well deep of the basket without that tree catch.
Yeah, that was a great tree.
Yeah, it feels like the sand bunker comes into play a little bit if you end up pulling it a little too much. And then, of course, the water, as you mentioned, if you catch an early branch, will gobble most anything up. This looks low. Break. Bringing that hazard into play. I just said it. I wasn't even trying to cue that up. I forgot he did that.
I think iMac is going with a Firebird.
Nice and high. It's working its way back. Oh, lots of power. How tricky is it to dial this one in distance-wise since it's so far downhill?
Yeah, it can be tricky. I mean, it all depends on the wind because sometimes it's a headwind, sometimes it's a crosswind. Like that one, I thought I threw perfect, and it just kind of dropped and didn't even make it close.
Yeah, you'll have a circle 2 look from there. Going to start off with Izak from probably 40 feet. Bang.
Beautiful.
That's a death putt. He's staring at the water.
Yeah, that's a scary putt.
Speaking of scary putts, now Fredy from standing near the hazard, because he doesn't get relief, he's going to probably has his back foot in the hazard here.
Yeah, probably pretty close. I didn't really see his feet, but I can imagine they're right next to it.
Up and over the grass. Yes, he gets it.
That's awesome.
Great putt from Fredy, and he is 3 birdies in a row after missing hole 1. Let's take another look at this putt here. Veteran play from Fredy here. Comes around the corner, double checks the wind in front of the grass, making sure that it's consistent. Reminds himself that he needs to get that extra pop in order to carry over the grass. Gets this one just over the top of it, high enough to get to the basket and tuck underneath the band there. Excellent putt from him.
Yeah, that's a great putt.
He's got his confident strut coming to the basket. He is feeling it. Good to see him get back in his groove after hole 1. Touch low.
I was not feeling it.
Yeah, touch low from you. You could see the wind in the water there a little bit. A little elevated putt can be tricky. Speaking of players playing well, Collin, 4 through 4.
Yeah, that's a great start.
That's going to move us over to hole 5. Arguably one of the muskets, I think, for you guys, just from the distance point of view. You have a 246 par 3. Is the sidewalk OB on the right side, or is it not playing in this tournament?
I honestly don't even know because I didn't really look because none of us were even over there. But I would assume that it's probably OB.
Yeah, I was going to say, for you guys, probably doesn't even come to play a whole lot, huh?
No, I don't even think any of us thought about it.
Ooh.
Collin almost aced it.
Giving a run for the basket's money there. Great shot from him. He's going to be 5 through 5. Fredy to try to match him. Looks like a good line, but just a touch short there. Do you like the forehand or backhand play more in this particular hole?
I think the forehand is probably better, but I go with the backhand myself because that's what I feel more comfortable with.
Sure.
But I think forehand is the play.
Comes back away from the water and also like checks up on the slight gradient hill a little bit, I think. So
Yeah, that was my Gavin Rathbun Warlock right there. It's my favorite throwing putter.
very cool.
Came up a little short, but we got a putt.
Oh, Fredy just a little right there is going to miss this. Izak looking at another death putt. Can he get back-to-back putts? Oh, sit down. Oh, that could have gone worse.
Yeah, the wind just picked it up a little bit.
I was going to say the wind is definitely a factor. Oh, bar down for you. How do you mentally adjust going from a course like Northwood Blacks where wind is very little a factor, especially on the putting green, to a course like this where even a very light gust can impact a disc pretty heavily?
Yeah, it definitely makes a big difference. You just have to stay confident and try your best.
All right, we're through 5 holes here already. Moving on to hole 6, the famous albatross hole. You guys are going to have a chance at an albatross yourself here. Still a par 5, 712 foot. The noticeable difference here is there is no OB left on this hole. You still have OB right over the sidewalk and OB pond in front of the basket. What's the toughest part about this hole?
Probably the second shot. If you go a little left, you're going to be on the hill, slanted down, and the footing will be a little weird. And it has to be a pretty good shot on the second shot because there's lots of OBs, there's trees.
Got Collin off the tee first. It does feel probably for you guys a much more free tee shot, not having to worry about that OB left. But where Collin is right now probably isn't the best for footing, would you say?
No, it's not, but he's way up there, so he shouldn't have a problem.
Big pull from you. This is looking good. Is that cloud breaker again?
Yeah, a little left over there with Collin.
Good positions for you both. Fredy now is you guys are probably really having eagle in sight here, correct?
Yeah, you definitely want to eagle this hole.
And you guys have a good cluster building together there. See if Izak can join you.
Yeah.
Oh, little left here. Is that
it looked like it came out of his hands pretty early.
Yeah, I was going to say, does that look like an early release, or do you think he was trying to flex something over?
He definitely is more of a flex shot player, but I think it also came out a little early.
This is way back, probably 450 to the basket, I would say. This has a lot of turn. It needs to come back, and it's not going to.
Yeah, OB way up there. I was really surprised he went for that.
That's a big ask, right, for that throw?
Yeah.
Here you are. This is looking a little low.
Very low. I got so lucky.
Hey, luck is part of the game.
Yeah, the footing was really weird. I thought I threw it pretty good, and I just released it way right. But luckily, it was kind of stable.
Collin throwing hyzer through the gap. Also a little...
Perfect.
Yeah, a little low, but popped up onto the green there. He'll be 20 foot for his eagle look.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you have to do if you want to have an eagle putt. You got to just get it over that wall.
Fredy getting something stable on the right side on a hyzer, dips under the branches, and he's going to have a 20-foot putt for eagle as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, those branches can knock you right in the water so quick.
I was going to say, the right tree's hanging over the water. The left tree is not. Is that true?
Yep, correct.
Okay. So Fredy...
Yeah, that right tree gets a lot of people.
As I say, so Fredy was playing with fire there on the right side.
Yeah. So it's probably a 30-footer for eagle.
Oh, just a touch low. Good line, just not quite enough height on that one.
Yeah, some days are good putting, some days are bad putting. It's just the game of disc golf.
Fredy with the eagle.
Great eagle.
What's he got for us? Oh, the Pokemon Mini. Do you think he plays Pokemon Go during his rounds?
I don't know. He wasn't on his phone too much, so I don't think so. Not this tournament, at least. Collin with an eagle.
Birdie from you. If you can't have the eagle, tap in birdie's going to not feel too terrible.
Yeah, we'll take that. Collin's starting better than perfect.
Oh, yeah. He is 7 through 6. Let's see if he can be 8 through 7 here. Hole 7, par 4, 575, excuse me. This is one of the new holes to the course. They added that tee pad by pushing it back a little bit. What do you need to do to find the birdie here?
Yeah, this is actually my first time playing the hole, but you just want to throw a pretty stock hyzer, maybe a little flip up for more distance, but the golf fairway on the left and the golf fairway on the right is OB, but it's still a pretty big fairway. None of us should be finding those OBs.
I have to say, the left is way over there on like the ball golf course's next fairway, but it's way over there. And
I say that, then Collin gets pretty close.
Yeah, he's leaving this one way over the right, but this is actually a good position, yes, because now you can throw like a more easy hyzer around that last tree.
Yeah, that should just be a little stock hyzer for him. That's where you want to be, but it's risky.
Here's Fredy. He's putting a little more hyzer action on this one. This is a very traditional landing zone for the MPO field. Let me guess, Cloudbreaker.
Yeah.
On a course like this, are you really just trying to rely on the same overstable disc for a lot of shots, or do you think it just depends on the wind?
Yeah, it just depends on the wind, but I want to throw like probably 6 or 7 discs on here. It's kind of like the same shots over and over, so you don't really need to think about throwing many other frisbees. Like I maxed on this destroyer 5 or 6 times already.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to be off to the left. There's a forehand approach from that side. Looks like you're trying to take it here. Hey, this is pretty good.
That was one of my better forehands. I like that.
Yeah, pretty stable disc, yeah.
Yeah, that was a gateway spell. That one's very overstable.
Isaac's going to try to match you here. Ooh, that is close to the OB, but he is safe. But he's going to be 40, maybe 50 feet from the pad. Or from, excuse me,
he'll have a long
the basket.
putt.
Yeah. No, he's farther than 50 feet from the pad, from the basket. Hyzer from Fredy, 25-foot, 28-footer for him coming up. Oh, forehand from Collin instead.
Yeah, you can see that forehand looks way more open than the backhand.
He's going to get that one into 20 foot for his birdie look. All right, Isaac from 50 feet or so. Come on.
Center.
Come on, give it to him. That's 2 big putts so far this round. He is looking good on the green.
Yeah, if his putter's on, he's on.
Fredy needs this birdie. No worries.
Yes, sir.
No worries for him. Collin to match. High, but in. And he is, in fact, 8 down through 7 holes.
Incredible. He's killing it right now.
Yeah, all birdies for everyone here, and that's going to move us now to hole 8, where 7 played as the 3rd easiest hole in the day. Hole 8 plays as the 4th hardest. Explain a little bit why the swing and difficulty here.
Yeah, this hole's tricky. It's just a weird line off the tee, and there's 3 bunkers on the right that all play hazard, and then there's a hill sloping behind the basket. So it has to be a perfect shot if you want to get the birdie. And it's uphill the whole way.
Yeah, what do you think the right-hand hyzer, if you want to take the wide hyzer gap over the sand bunkers, how much power would you need to get there?
I haven't seen many people do that.
How much power do you think it would take to do it?
It would take a lot of power. Some Ezra Adderhold power.
Okay, so we're talking 400 plus.
Yeah, maybe Adrian can do it. So, yeah, Collin did the forehand. That's what most people will do on this hole.
Fredy is going to come up short of the sand bunker. He'll have a circle's edge putt for his look. The one thing also worth mentioning here is that this is the most exposed basket, I think, on the course. So wind is the biggest
This basket is usually pretty windy.
Yes, because not only is it in the field like some of the other baskets, it's also sitting on a little mound, so it's above all the baskets too. Ooh, big Annie here from Izak. Okay. He's going to be out in that field. Probably a layup, I would suspect, because of the drop-off behind the basket.
I would hope so. Let's find out.
He's made 2 big ones so far. Maybe he's feeling bold.
He was, but that headwind got him.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks like it caught short, too. Boldness almost got him there, yeah. Oh.
That was terrible.
Up and over. You're just trying to do a little spin putt there, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to give it a little run. Whatever happened, but that was awful.
Ooh, just a little low. You can see him kind of shrug at it, too. He's like, that's an okay miss. Has to tap in par.
Yeah. First par of the day for Collin. Oh, Fredy thought he had it.
Up and over the basket it goes, and it's going to leave him with circle's edge, and he says, no, let's not try to go in the sand bunker for double bogey. Just a bogey for him. He's going to lay up.
Yeah, those bunkers are real close. He did a smart move by just laying up.
Oh, no. Izak off, too. He's going to have a bogey look now. You get your par to go, though. No problems.
Yeah, I'll take a par on this hole.
Izak with his bogey here. Going to have a couple more tap-ins for bogey and for a par. Par for Collin. And as I mentioned, plays the 4th most difficult hole. Definitely a tricky one. Hole 3 playing the most difficult for the MPO field here. Not too surprising for the par 3s. And now we're going to wrap up our front 9 with hole 9, 535-foot par 4. The drone is kind of taking this left side gap, forehand gap, but there is a right side hyzer as well. What's the ideal landing zone off the tee here?
Probably right where the drone is right now. If you can get to that last tree, you're looking great for an easy upshot. But yeah, you'll see people go forehand, mid-range up the middle, or you'll even see the hyzer on the right side.
Personally, for me, with the OB, there's an OB line on the left. Is there an OB on the right as well?
Just that golf fairway.
Okay, so there is OB on both sides. This OB on the left makes me nervous if you turn something over. But you can throw it like Collin does and just be perfect anyway.
Yeah, that was a great shot. That's right where you want to be.
Looks like you're
So I'm going to take that right-hand side hyzer.
Yeah. Do you like that? Because you can just... it feels like you just throw more overstable. You have a wider gap, and it's like guaranteed not to go OB, right?
Right. I mean, it could go OB. Like, if that didn't hit the tree, it might have been close, but it's hard.
Got Fredy next. Looks like he likes that line as well. Leaves a little higher, less hyzer, maybe a little less stability, and this is pushing.
That's amazing.
We're looking at an eagle run from there, yeah? 80 feet or so?
Yeah, if he wants to run it, he definitely can. I think the smart choice would probably just be lay up under the basket and get an easy birdie. But we'll see what Fredy does.
Yeah, he might feel a little pressure, and he started the day leading by a stroke. He's now currently down by 2 after Collin's gone 8 through 8. He might feel that pressure now to try to keep up with him. Oh, we're going to that kneeling forehand. It worked for you on the other course. And that trend continues.
Yep, that's a great double hog.
Just a wipe of that brow. Phew, you've had a couple low ones, but they've all been safe.
Yeah, that was funny.
Forehand pitch. Ooh. Maybe a baby run from Collin. He'll have a 20-footer for his birdie look.
Yeah, let's see if he can go 9 for 9.
Little tickle up the branch.
Yeah, he just clipped that last branch.
It's going to leave him just a little short. There's a line around that pond, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, we agreed on that. He hit on the other side because I saw it kind of go up there pretty far and then roll back a little bit.
Maybe Fredy was running that. He was asking it to swing back left, but he should have a short.
I think he was definitely running it.
Always the showman. Izak with a good bid from distance, but it's not going to fall for him. Just over the top.
Oh, sit.
He was worried about it. Asked if it went OB.
So now that I remember, there was no line on this hole. It was just water.
Okay, so cool.
Because I remember Fredy was dry right there, and there was no line. I remember going to look.
Yep.
But we got Collin starting 9 for 9.
That's right. He's hit the eagle that he's supposed to hit, parred one of the holes that is reasonable for, and he is essentially perfect through the front 9.
Yeah, amazing golf from him on the front 9.
Yeah, I mean, this course is scoreable, right? What Collin's doing is possible, but, like, to do it is a whole nother thing. He is setting a pace right now for the entire field, and it is looking really good for him. Neg 6 right now, a 3-stroke lead over Fredy, 4 over you, who's just 1 stroke back of Fredy, and Izak has not really gotten off to the start he wanted so far here, but he'll have a whole back 9 to try to score on to see if he can get some moves going. Thank you Thank you so much, Debo, for joining me today. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe the video. Check out our channel for more content and coverage. If you click that notification bell, you'll know when we have more coverage getting posted. We will see you guys on the back 9 and seeing if Collin can finish off the perfect round when we get back.
Let's go, Collin.